Before we start to talk about today and some of the challenges that leaders face today, and some of the unique challenges in large organizations like universities, what's been the biggest leadership aha moment for you in your career? Was there a certain realization you had about what makes effective leaders? And maybe it's unique to university settings, but I'm just curious if there was a particular aha moment or a idea that you've learned that you said, gosh, that is how I need to be leading if I want to be effective.
Yeah, there was one moment in my career very early on in the 90s when I had the opportunity to lead. I was giving a statewide program for the state of Florida, really monitoring beaches, right? I started a beach water monitoring quality program and communication program for the state that's still implemented today. Wow. Of telling people when the beaches are safe from bacterial and viral illnesses that float in the water. And I had this retired Marine, his name was Jack Pittman, that he was a retired Marine and an engineer that reported to me because I wrote the program.
Okay.
I was young in my career in leadership. And in truth, all of my experiences related to leadership is what I saw on TV. And if you could think back to the 90s of what leadership looked like, it was command and control. It was come in, be efficient, deliver your commander's intent, get feedback, march along your way, 10, 15 minutes, you're in and out. And so I was practicing that because that was my model for leadership.
Yeah.
And I did that for a month with this retired Marine, and he stopped me one day. And he said, "Robert, can I talk to you?" And I'm like flying by because I'm my head down, needing to accomplish some task. And I said, "No, absolutely, Jack. What do you need?" He was like, I want you to come to my office." And I'm like, "Jack, we're right here. We could talk right here. What do you need?" Now I want you to slow down long enough to come to my office and sit down with me. And I said, "Why?" He said, "I've noticed over the last month or two that I've been reporting to you, you never ask about me." And and my dad's a Marine. So that was coming from a different place. So I was taken aback. And I said, "Well, what do you want me to ask? What do you want me to ask about you? You don't ask me how I'm doing. You don't ask me about my family. You don't know anything about me except for that I work for you." And I said, "What else do I need to know?" It wasn't in TV. I'm thinking of all the shows. I'm like, that never came out in the shows. And it was so impactful. He said, "I think before we meet, at the beginning of our meeting, we should spend time asking questions about ourselves. You should ask me about me, my day, my week, my background, my family. I'll ask you some questions." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not going to talk about family at work. Like this, that's so personal. This is work. Work is work." On TV, they keep work, and home life. And I said, "Why, Jack? I said, "I'm willing to do it. But I need to understand why." And the principle was so, I think, profound. He said, "Robert, the way that we're working and establishing a relationship is good when everything is going really well, right? We do our work, we get it done, we celebrate the accomplishments." He said, "But when there is adversity and things aren't getting done, we will blame each other. And what I want us to do is understand each other so that we can work through the adversity together and it won't be someone's fault. So get to know me, I'll get to know you, we'll be a team and we'll accomplish things together, not me accomplishing things for you. And as my leader, this is what I need from you so I can be effective at my work." And I'm like, well, then maybe I should start drinking coffee and asking people how they're doing. And I did. Now I drink coffee all the time. So it was something like that stopped me in my tracks. And I said, leadership is so much more than getting the job done. It's the actual connection that we make with individuals from a team approach. And Jack taught me that. And I never thought it would come from a retired Marine where they're in a command and control structure. I just never thought it, but I listened, and that's what I've done my entire career. I've listened to the individuals that I work with so I can change who I am to help them achieve their goals.